Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with some Hearthstone. Yes, that's the name of this game, Hearthstone. I've been playing on my tablet a little bit. I was trying to work up my mage since I'm at level 55 of 60, and it takes so long, so much grind to go up a level when you're that high. So I was doing that, and then in the process, we got this Only the Mighty quest, which is play 20 minions that cost 5 or more, and I accidentally unlocked some of that. But that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Today we got to win either 2 games with the Priest to Warlock, 2 games with a Rogue or Warrior, and we'll get to Only the Mighty pretty much without even trying. I have noticed my gold supply is going up instead of going down. So I am feeling the need to buy a pack. So at the end of one of these episodes, either this episode, the next episode, or the episode after it, we will be buying a regular pack. Why regular, I've decided, is because we are getting the Goblins and Gnomes packs for free by
Embrace the
doing
shadow.
these arena runs. Of course, it's not worth it to really be doing a pack. Maybe we'll just do another arena run and forget this whole thought of buying a pack. So we're gonna play as Warlock. We want... I'll take the Knife Juggler. I'd want a really good demon deck is what I'd like. How many spells does Warlock have? How many weapons does Warlock have? I don't know if he has either. Let's see. Your minions cost 2 less, but not less than 1. I guess I'll take Explosive Sheep. Man, I have yet to get a good card that's a demon card. I'm just getting all these normal ones. I guess I'll take this. Deal 5. Alright, Demon Heart. Definitely want that. But I gotta actually get a demon. Have yet to get a single demon card. Let's see. Deal 3 damage or get the 1/1 Wisp? Guess I'll take the 1/1 Wisp. Deal 4 damage to a minion. I guess. Succubus isn't the right demon that I would want. Mistress of Pain is the demon I would want. Let's take a Noyatron. At least we are staying within the 2 mana curve, even though we have considerably high amount of number 2s. Another Mistress of Pain, might as well. Ooh, do I want to bring this guy out? What do I want this? I guess I want this. I can't justify my mind spending something like that. having a card just for that one reason. Here we go. Definitely want this. The Floating Watcher. Okay, so last choice. Destroy friendly minion and deals attack to all enemy minions. Has +4 attack when your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand. Spell damage +1 plus draw a card. So, not feeling great about that deck. Not feeling great about that deck at all. Will we even get 2 victories? Will we even get 1 victory?
Gul'dan versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Cranky
Your
Pants.
soul shall be mine!
Why would you name yourself that, is the question. Cranky Pants is something a snotty mother calls their child. It's not something you name yourself. So, Noratron, Mistress of Pain. The thing I would really like with Mistress of Pain, though, would be to get her attack up. She's not gonna do 30 damage real fast.
I can ease your pain.
Noxus is ours.
For Nomrika. For the nose.
So I have 3 guys here
Job
that
done.
are doing 1 damage each. It's pretty crazy. So, in my processes of recording, I have decided to always put in fresh batteries after yet again screwing up and losing probably 4, maybe 5 hours of recordings. Same issue. Wireless controller. As soon as the batteries go below a certain point, it disconnects for a second or so, and when it does that, we lose the audio for the rest of the recording. So, definitely going to be on top of that. That is a completely... Alright, so... I cannot target this guy. I can't target this guy. What is his death rattle before I do, though? Summon 2 random 2-cost minion? Alright. We will do that.
Just like you.
And then we will do this.
For the nose.
Job done.
So we're doing pretty good. But Not great.
Join or die, or both.
Alright, so destroy a friendly minion, do its damage to everybody. So let's get this guy out there. And then do this.
Job done.
If he attacks this guy, he'll take that damage. And I don't know why you would want to attack that guy though. If he doesn't attack this guy, then I'll play my spell and destroy him myself, do the damage to everybody, which still won't kill this guy. I need him to lose about 3 health.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright, so deal 4 damage to a minion, I can do that. I can see, pop this guy out. Or I can pop this guy out.
Job done.
Her ability has yet to actually help me because I just haven't taken any damage. I think I somehow helped him there. So I need to
It's time for a little blood.
do this.
Job done.
Was that the right move? I don't even know. I thought I was winning, but maybe I was losing that whole time. Here we go.
Job done.
So he can do 10 damage here. I have 14 health. I probably killed myself over a multitude of different ways. Random decks, man. Random decks. I mean, I'm just blaming the deck completely on this. I probably played a little bit of bad strategy, but just having a random deck is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Should have custom decks. Totally. You should know what your cards are and understand how they interact with most, if not all, other cards and strategies. Oh, is this guy gonna leave? That would be great. That would be so great if he left. If he ran out of time and just left and...
Back to work.
was that? What was that?
For the king!
Alright, so
For honor.
this guy's on.
Drag no stupid! Taste my steel!
Job done.
I guess that was the smartest move.
Did someone say bomb?
Did more damage to himself than he did anyone else. I don't know what this guy is doing. He's just dragging me along. Is he just screwing with me? Deal 5 damage. Alright, fine. That's 5 damage.
Job done.
Feels like he could have won already. It really does.
Well played.
For the king!
So in this point,
Ready for action!
I was about to declare my loss, but I mean,
Job done.
this will keep me alive for one more turn.
Something needs tinkering?
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I really feel like you should lose the instant you run out of cards. I think that should be a valid way to fight at all times.
Well played.
Alright, so if we attack, this is gonna do 3 damage to all characters.
For honor.
So we've lost. Let's just call the end ourselves. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out in a blaze of hellfire. So we got some only the mighty progress there, that's good. It's just this deck is, I'm blaming the deck completely. We had such a great demon deck that one time. But they can't all be great.
Gul'dan versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Your soul shall be mine!
Mistress of Pain, this.
Job's done.
Discard a random card. Don't want to do that.
I can ease your pain.
Of course, if I'm gonna use this guy, I need to actually use this too. Life tap really is a late game, Because if you have good cards, you want to play those cards, and it's going to take all your mana. So why? Don't want to lose my Mistress of Pain, so we'll take this guy out just like that.
Job's done.
For the
Trey.
crusade!
T-R-A-E or T-R-A-C. I can't really read it.
One shot, one kill.
Okay, so I could do a 50-50 shot here, summon this guy, and lose either Hellfire or this guy. I could do this, and then this next turn. Should do this.
Job's done.
I'd hate to lose Hellfire, but I'm willing to do it for 4-3. What I want is a really dumb character that doesn't do anything. Do the 50-50 shot when I summon this, and hopefully keep Hellfire and lose the dumb creature. He's having trouble getting characters on the board. This is the 4th turn. Okay, look.
Try this.
Alright, so 50-50 shot, here we go.
You're in trouble now.
And we lost Hellfire. Ah, that's a shame.
Job's done.
Deal 4 damage to a minion? Yeah, we can do that next turn. Deal 1 damage to all other characters? Yeah, I can do that.
I wonder.
Let's see, if I summon this guy, I'll do 1 damage to these 2 guys, but get rid of this guy, so I think that'd probably be worth it. Save this Shadow Bolt for another time. Summon something with a 1 health here.
For the king!
Oh, that's a shame. Alright, so deal 1 damage to everybody or get rid of, what, like this guy? I think this is the best move. Enrage plus 1 attack, oh darn.
As the master wishes.
Job's done.
Cannot kill this guy, they could kill this guy. Mistress of Pain will go back out very fast and start getting our health back to 30. See, next turn we'll have 7 mana, so we could play these 2 and this. Not a lot of stuff has gone on lately in the real world. I know I try my best to avoid the real world, but man, we are in the end of the year doldrums, where particularly if you are not into watching the whole holidays movies, Christmas movies, New Year's movies. There is nothing on TV. There is nothing pretty much worth mentioning on the news ever. At least that's my philosophy. Following the news, I followed watching the news for a year straight as an experiment, and in the end, I just decided, you know what, it's not worth it.
I can ease your pain.
It's not worth your time to watch the news. Well, that doesn't mean I just close my eyes to everything. It's just, I get the RSS feed of the Associated Press, which gives me the headlines of the top 5 stories of the day, and I look at that and I go, okay, so now I generally understand what the big stories that happened. But beyond that, doing whole 24-hour news stuff, sitting there for hours, it's a huge waste of time. You can do better with your time than sit there and watch the news. Okay, so I can take lots of damage now. Now that I have the Mistress of Pain at a 6/9, which is what you want to do. Alright, so we can do this. And we could do this, or we can tap. Let's see. Let's do this.
Get behind me.
And then do this. Hey, it's looking like we might win. I don't know how we did that. Well, we're gonna have to do 6 damage, and we're gonna have to do 6 damage pretty fast. Alright, let's see.
It's time for a little blood.
Job done.
So this one's gonna do 10, this one's gonna do 11. I wouldn't mind 1 damage on this guy, so he's enraged to 5. If I could do 5 to his face, then I'd only have to do 1 more. It was so close, but we're dangerous. We're still in the danger zone. Total danger zone. So let's do the synopsis of the whole shopping season as it is, really. I saw very,
Shield for Argus.
no, it's not even very little. I basically saw no good deals at all. All the way from before Black Friday to
Ready for
after
action.
Christmas. Didn't go in any stores or anything, so I can't testify to that, but
Job's done.
I saw nothing that was really worth it. Nothing really. I mean, no computers, no electronics. Still not interested in buying the consoles, even though they were a little discounted. It was still not low enough. The best deal I've seen is gas prices going down, which I suppose
It's time for a little blood.
when you get away from gadgets and wants and things, gas prices going down is probably way better than any TV or anything like that. But yeah, there was, I saw nothing. Nothing at all.
I fight.
Job's done.
Let's see, there was a before, let's see, I think it was before Black Friday. Amazon.com had a 4K computer monitor for $500. That seemed like the only real good deal that interested me. I thought of maybe one gadget that I would like to get, but it wasn't, which is just a gaming chair with Bluetooth speakers. Turns out the hopper from Dish will connect to Bluetooth speakers and headphones. Won't connect to anything else Bluetooth, oddly enough. So you can't hook up a phone, you can't hook up a laptop or anything like that. Just anything under the headphone speakers profile of Bluetooth, and Bluetooth has all these different profiles for different devices, and it's up to each individual device which other devices it connects to. So I was thinking about that as a gadget. It's probably a dumb purchase, but it was like a $300 chair, and you buy a regular chair, it's $300 if you're getting a office chair or something like that, which is a lot of money to spend on a chair. Really, you'd think a chair would be like 20 bucks, but it isn't. Particularly when you start looking for something that will accommodate people who are heavier or larger, taller, wider, however it goes. And it probably is even more expensive if you are particularly short or small. What was that? Created by Unstable Porter. I've never seen it say that. That might be new. So I could bring this guy out, or I could bring this guy out. Let's bring this guy with charge and taunt out. Aw, man, I should have brought this guy out. That was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. Personally, I could use more hard drives, but they really don't go on sale that much. You can get 10% off on hard drives every other week, basically, but you don't get great deals that often. Well, I don't find them. Maybe somebody does. But but the problem with me saying I need hard drives, I need like $600 to $1,000 worth of hard drives, because I need to buy them in sets of 4 and in capacities of at least 4 terabytes each, so I can do RAID arrays. I would love to build a new computer, but I just don't have any reason to. I mean, I could build a gaming computer, but I couldn't afford it, and it would just be for my own personal use. I would much rather have somebody come to me and say, we need a computer, we want a gaming computer, and we're willing to pay a little bit of a premium to fund the fact that you are going to build it. And I have to be honest with people and say, if you don't meet those criteria, if you just want a computer to browse the internet, or if you just are don't understand computers and are checking your email with it, you're probably better off getting like a Dell or wait, does Dell even sell computers anymore? I think I'm showing my age by saying Dell. I don't think they sell computers anymore, Dell. I don't think they have in years. No, Dell still sells computers. I'm thinking Gateway 2000. Yeah, Gateways don't sell computers anymore. The ones with the cow things. Yeah, you're better off buying like a laptop. Not from Dell though. My laptop's a Lenovo. I like that, so I would say probably get a Lenovo. And I'm sure. Definitely do your research. All products these days, you cannot buy on the brand of anything. And you probably could never do this, and we just were fooled into believing we could. But, like, recently had to do some research for a refrigerator, looked it up. Turns out a lot of the refrigerator brands that used to be high quality names have been bought by other companies, and now the equipment's made very cheaply, and people just fall for it. And I could certainly see on buying a refrigerator why people would fall for that, because it's something you're going to buy once every like 5 to 10 years, and so you're not going to want to really do that much research as far as the brand name or the model name. What you want to do is you want to find one that fits your alcove for your refrigerator, and one that looks the way you want it to look. Whether you want 2 doors or 1 door, freezer on the side, freezer on the bottom, all that. And so,
It's time for a little blood.
my whole point on that is just don't buy on brand names. You have to do the research on anything that's probably over, I'd say $150. Do research. Spend at least 2 weeks researching it. It sounds like a lot of extra work, and it is, but it will stop you from buying something that's really expensive, that's not what you would want. So I'd say a Lenovo laptop is probably the best thing for most people. Why a laptop? People think they need a laptop all the time anyway, so you might as well just give them one. It's not true. Most people never actually use the laptops the right way. They never take them anywhere, but they like the ability, the thought in their head of the freedom of it. It also comes with a monitor, it comes with a keyboard, it comes with a touchpad. So in all of that, you
I can ease your pain.
don't want to summon this guy quite yet, because I want to use this guy on this guy, the Demon Heart, to give 5+5 to him. So buying a laptop, you get the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, and the touchpad at least. And so you've, for more money, certainly. Oh, that just sucks. That just sucks. The big one. Alright, so...
You're in trouble now.
My apologies. Job's done.
So it would be cheaper, and it's a little bit safer too. There's very little resale value in buying a desktop PC. If you have a TV or monitor you want to hook up to it, keyboard, mouse, and you've got all that already, there's a lot less resale value. It does not look as expensive as a laptop, so there is actually a safety in buying a desktop, but it doesn't really trump the appeal to the normal person of a laptop. They want their computers to look fancy, even though that is the thing that is going to get it potentially stolen, is the fact that it looks fancy. If you want a super powerful computer, the best thing you should do, the thing you should absolutely do, is put all the money in the equipment and then buy a plain white or plain black computer case that looks like it was from 10 years ago, or even use an old computer case if they still everything still works there. Because
Job's done.
to a person who's thinking about stealing a computer, when they see an old looking computer, they're going to say there's no resale value in that. I can't do anything with that. They typically aren't going to bother to try and strip parts out. The whole insides of computers are full of serial numbers if you write them down. But also if you buy something from Dell and you have Dell's serial number, well, Dell for sure has a serial number for every single part in there. Oh, that's the end of this run. But none of that really trumps the appeal of a laptop. And I just want to give people what they want and make them happy. It's just easier in life, and it's not like laptops are terrible ideas, particularly if you're not going to be using them for gaming. There's really not a lot of terrible ideas. Having small monitors when you're getting older and can't see a screen is a bad idea. So if you're suggesting a laptop, you might want to ask people how's your eyesight. You could still plug a laptop into a monitor. There's no problem there, but that kind of defeats the purpose at that point. Resolutions on cheap laptops are often less than you would like. But if your eyesight is going bad, you don't really want a high resolution. You actually want a low resolution. You want the resolution to be set low enough that you can see each pixel because the pixels are huge. You only want high resolution when you have good eyesight. So, and you can hook up a TV, and usually when you hook up a TV, you're getting something upscaled to 1080p. Maybe you're getting lucky and actually getting 1080p resolution. Depends on how you set it up. We got a priest to play. Yeah, let's play as the priest. Recently we did. So interesting, it's reminding us of the Only the Mighty here. That seems like a bug. It really does. I don't know why it would be just reminding us as soon as we got into the rank play. I mean, it's nice, but why is it not reminding us of the other things too? They're always updating this game, so they might just be experimenting.
Anduin versus Throw.
Touchpads suck in general, so you want to, if somebody gets a laptop, you want to say immediately you need to get a mouse. You're not going to like touchpads. I'm sure there's somebody out there that does like touchpads, but I don't know them. I've never met them. No, the keyboards often suck on laptops. Even mine has a fancy lighted background a keyboard, which helps a little bit, but not a ton. But the keyboard is very small. It's not ergonomic in any way. So if you were going to do any long amount of typing, you want a keyboard too. So even in buying a laptop, you turn around and say, okay, so you immediately want to get a better keyboard. You immediately want to get a better mouse, and you probably want to get a better monitor, and depending on the laptop and how powerful it is, maybe the monitor will be able to do much higher resolutions than what your laptop can actually put out. But still, people want they love the concept. They've been very sold on the concept that laptops are the way to go. Reason why they push laptops a lot more, and tablets these days too, is because there's no exchangeable parts really. Even even when you have a good, when you buy a high-end gaming laptop, there's really nothing much you can exchange. You can change a little bit. You can put a different hard drive in it, and you could potentially put more RAM in it. But that is it. You cannot change the video card, you cannot change the processor, you can't change the motherboard for sure. So you're just stuck. And lots of people are probably very fine with that because they don't want to ever upgrade anything, and I personally don't believe in upgrading anyways. I don't like mixing old parts with new parts. I would much rather build a new thing. Okay, so we have this recombobulator here. Let's see what that does.
Dead.
Nice. So now I don't have to worry about him. But the whole reason I got into that is I would love if I could get people to place orders with me, knowing that I would give them a much better product than what they can find on their own. I can guarantee that much. I will give you a better product. It will be more expensive. Absolutely. But you will have a much better product. Right, we're done with this guy.
Made to fit.
Oh, goody.
Job's done.
So next turn I want to change this guy's attack to this, and then do this, which would kill this guy, so let's have him attack first, and that will give me a 10-5 at that point. It'll kill this guy too, alright. What I would like to build as a computer, just to keep talking about it, because I love to build computers in my head, and I just never get the opportunity to build them for other people. Man, that sucks. Well, my strategy just got thrown out of whack. Let's see.
To master.
But I would like to build a simple mini ITX computer if that's what the needs are. I've not been able to get into mini ITX. Building mini ITX is not really a new standard, but it's coming into its own at this point. And it's a motherboard that is basically square instead of being rectangle. It has one PCI Express slot 16X, so you can get one very powerful video card, the best, like the best NVIDIA or AMD video card you can find, and you can put it in that slot, and then you have no more slots for expansion. So it's not really a system where you're going to be able to do SLI, have like 2, 3, 4 video cards all working together, which honestly every report I've ever seen about SLI says that buying a better single video card does more for you than putting them in SLI mode. So really actually a pretty limited appeal. Interesting.
Job's done.
Hadn't thought of using that card like that, but yeah, that works. Get him down to 3, make his attack 3. If if I can get Kel'Thuzul out next turn, this guy will be impossible to kill, which would be kind of funny. So I'd want to get a mini ITX motherboard, a really good video card, and a really nice power supply, and then put that all on a liquid cooling system. If I can get all of that into the case, which I should be able to. So you have liquid cooling on the video card, liquid cooling on the CPU, no fan on the power supply should be needed, and then put in a good
Minions, servants, soldiers of the Cold War Master, obey the will of Kel'Thuzul.
put in a good good SSD hard drive, and if I could get really lucky, put in like 4 really big hard drives for a RAID array, so you have some backup and some storage inside your computer. Although
I wonder.
you probably don't need a RAID array inside most computers, particularly if you're building a mini ITX, which is a small computer. It is the kind of computer I would like to build and give to some of my younger relatives when they become old enough to get computers, because it will be small. There's another standard called thin mini ITX that actually makes everything at most can be like an inch tall. So you have to turn the video card sideways by 90 degrees, and everything is really flat. And you can put there's some kits where you can put that right in the back of a monitor, mount that on a wall or something. So you basically have a TV mounted to your wall, effectively. But instead of TV, it is a pretty powerful computer.
For Master.
I need to get this guy down to 10, which I should be able to do. Once I get him to 10, he doesn't know I have 10 damage right here. So I'm going to play these last turn. So I don't know, it depends. Maybe I would do a thin mini ITX. The problem with thin mini ITX computers is there's just not a lot of them. They haven't come into their popularity that regular mini ITX has. But you're talking a very small box, probably too small. You're gonna have to put a security attachment, a security wire on it, and lock it down, attach it to a desk so people don't walk off with it, because you could easily pick one up and walk off with one, particularly since there isn't a lot of cords connecting to it. No more fuging. But yeah, I'd like to build one of those and give it away or sell it to somebody if they're not a relative. I mean, at the moment I couldn't even afford to give one away, because really for me the joy is just building the computers. I love looking up specs. I love doing the stuff that most people have no clue about doing or have no interest in doing. But I love to look up computer specs. I love to build computers. I would, if it were my career, have to charge people that, and then I would have to charge them the cost of the pieces, parts, and when you start buying parts individually versus what Dell does, where they have these huge bulk deals where they get their parts for probably 50% off or 80% off. It wouldn't surprise me if it was super great deals to sell, because they do it in bulk. But then again, Dell puts a lot of cheap parts in their equipment. They'll try and deny it, but it's totally true. Change a minion's attack equal to its health. Well, that's not gonna help me any. I think I've lost. Let's see. Yeah, I've lost at this point. Can't win. Unless he just does something stupid. Well, that one's stupid. Is Bloodlust used to its maximum potential? 9, 8, 4, 8, 4, 5, and 7. So, probably 30 damage right there. Even if I was at full damage, he probably could have taken me out. This is the last episode of the game. Yeah, I'd love to build a mini ITX. If somebody doesn't want a small computer, if they do want a RAID array, the reason you don't want a RAID array inside computers is because you want your backup to be not connected to your computer. There's no point in having your backups inside your computer if a virus then turns around and erases everything on all the hard drives. Your backups are worthless then. Or if lightning strikes your computer because you don't have good wiring or you don't have it plugged into a surge protector, both common mistakes. Frying your computer and frying the backup that was in your computer is pointless. So I'd probably in the ITX just put one SSD, one large hard drive. Then you get to the point of maybe giving people to start off with a USB 3.0. At this point, FireWire's dead, so yeah, USB 3.0. External hard drive that's big enough to back up your files, and then you just back up to that and then have it unplug that device and put it in a fire safe. When that stuff's becoming feasible, then you start getting something that's like a network attached storage device that has 4 hard drives in it or more, and
justice demands retribution.
And that's when you've got lots and lots of files, though. That's the step up. And that can just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can get more and more network attached storage devices. And try and do all that. And then there's other things that big businesses do that are kind of silly, and I don't think normal people would do them. Here we go, double minion's health. Just to irritate him since I have nothing else to do.
Job's done.
Of course, the right move is to bring this guy, double his health, give this guy a bit more, and all that.
Reporting for duty.
So, heal. And this guy. Mana Wraith. I love my Mana Wraith. If somebody wanted a more powerful computer than the Mini ITX, so what do you do then? What I would build is, I would skip what would be the standard thought of doing like an ATX computer. Depending on if people are okay with the case or not. For a ridiculously expensive amount of money, I can set you up with a server case that has room in it for 16 hard drives. I can set you up for one that even has 20 hard drives, I think, but that would be a little overkill. So, the ability to have 16 hard drives, the ability to put 4 SSDs in a RAID 0 array, which would be super overkill on like a loading. If you can get 4 250 gigabyte hard drives on a RAID 0, you're going to be pretty set. pretty set. Alright, so
Job's done.
So yeah, I can get you a server case. It's not cheap. It's not super expensive. It's about $200 to $300 just for the case, which is ridiculous when you think most cases are, you know, free, $50 plus a free power supply, type stuff. But yeah, I can do that. Then I can put a backup, there are different RAID arrays, but I can put a backup inside of that and give you lots and lots of storage. Just multiply like 6 terabytes times
Justice demands
12 hard
retribution.
drives, and that we could
Job's
set it up
done.
that way. We could set it up so some of those hard drives are redundant backups, so that there's a slight protection, not a lot of protection in RAID. RAID's not a backup, but it's just redundancy, which I'll explain the difference at a different point. But man, that was what I was afraid of, was running into that guy. So
The damned stand ready.
My shield for Argus.
Job's done.
we can put in that case an ATX motherboard, so we could potentially, yeah, sorry I got quiet there, I'm still trying to wake up. We could put an ATX motherboard, we could get 4 potentially
Follow the rules.
PCI Express like slots, so we could put 4 video cards in a 4-way SLI type deal, if that's really what you wanted. If we're buying the top of the line video cards, that means you would be maxing out like the best you could possibly get. Effectively, it would be the best you could possibly get. Four hits here, because it healed 4 things.
Well played.
That worked really nice. I like how that worked.
Into the breach.
But so we could do that. We could get you a gamer motherboard that's top of the line. We could get you the fastest RAM you could want. We could probably put anywhere between 32 to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is a ridiculously high amount of RAM. Add that much RAM, you have to think about potentially making a RAID drive, not RAID drive, RAM drive is what I meant. RAM drive, which is a really old term. And just copying the current game you're playing over to that. Problem with the RAM drive is that once you turn the computer off, all of that data goes away, so you would have to be very, very careful about that. We could get you definitely battery backups. Always get a battery backup for your computer. The only time you don't need a battery backup is when you have a laptop that already has a battery in it. We could get you the top of the line CPUs if you wanted it. A lot of times the top of the line CPUs are not worth the extra cost. It's all about cost, unless it's just not about cost. Some people just say, sure, I'm willing to spend $6,000 on a computer, and I usually have to talk people out of that. I'm like, you know, a $2,000 computer is going to be almost exactly the same as a $6,000 computer. But I would love to help people get like a 30-inch 4K monitor. That would be great. I'd love to get them great graphics cards, but that's just like a dream monster computer that I'd love somebody to order from me, but man, it would have to be cash up front. That would have to be true even for a simple computer. I can build cheap computers, I can build super powerful computers. I want to usually talk to people and see what they're really going to do with it. Lot of question whether you even need a computer in today's day and age if you're doing everything on your phone. So that wraps up my talking about my desire to build computers. I'd love to, and I'll leave it at that. And that's always the end of this episode. So, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, watch every second of the video. All of that helps out. Also, have a good evening.